And this morning in Mario's Top 3, Facebook loosens its privacy settings for teenagers, and Microsoft is getting ready to put out its latest tablet. Mario Armstrong is here to sort through all of it for us. Good morning to you, sir. Good to see you, man. Let's start with Facebook and these new privacy settings. A lot of parents are talking about this.
Yes.
And because it could have some significant effect on teenagers, specifically in their household.
That's right. For 13 to age 17-year-old, before when they would go into Facebook, they could only post whenever they did a video or a comment or anything. It would only go to their friends or friends of friends. Now the change is it can go full public all over Facebook. So that's a big distinction and a big difference in terms of what kids are actually putting and posting online, being aware now that it can be publicly seen to a much larger audience than before.
What's Facebook's motivation here?
I think there's two things. One, I think they're losing a little bit of the youth that have been using Facebook and they're jumping onto things like Twitter and Instagram that don't have the same issues, that they don't stop kids from being able to publicly post. Two, I think it's money. I think if they can get a wider range and a wider reach, they can get more advertising dollars as well.
Dylan's over in the Orange Room with some reaction from folks at home to the question. We posed a very simple question on our Facebook page, and the question was, do you worry about what your children will post on social media? Dylan, what are folks saying out there?
Well, Craig, a lot of people are saying yes. 79% of people are saying, yes, I do worry about what my child posts on social media. And since people are worried about it, we asked some moms, what do you do to at least help with your kids and what they're posting on there? One person says, Jenny, I not only monitor my son, but his friends as well. My son's group of friends have parents that are extremely involved and loving, so that's a major deterrent to ugly behavior. Kimberly says, I usually post delete or I will post naked baby photos on their wall. That usually does the trick. No teenager really wants naked baby pictures of them. And Elizabeth says, I always have my kids' passwords to any websites, and they never know when I may log on and do a spot check. So those are just some moms' ideas for at least watching their kids on social media.
All right, Dylan Dreyer, thank you so much. No surprise, an overwhelming response from parents there. Gadget of the week right here. This is Microsoft's new Surface tablet.
It is.
How does it stack up?
This stacks up really, really strong. So there are two different devices now from Microsoft. The one is called the Surface 2 and then the Surface 2 Pro. Okay. And the main difference between these two, I should say, is the Surface 2 is really for someone that wants a tablet. So that's about $449. It can run all those Windows apps that are out there. The Surface Pro, however, Craig, is really for someone that wants a laptop and a tablet. Costs $899, but you're getting two worlds put into one. So just to give you a quick example, I have a PowerPoint slide up on this screen right here, but I'm also looking at notes for my slide at the same time. So I can look at multiple programs at the same time. I can see all the different content that I get, everything from Amazon to Netflix.
Can you customize that page?
Yes, you can fully customize this with what programs and software that you would like to run. But I like the fact that you can get work done as well. I can get my full Office suite, so I can be able to get Outlook and do my email, but also be able to play games with the kids and also do some work.
You have an iPad. I have an iPad.
Yes.
How does this compare to our iPads?
I got to say, I've had this for about a week and a half now, and I'm really impressed. A lot of people might say, oh, Mario, you sound like a Microsoft fanboy, blah, blah, blah. Like, look, the bottom,
is that what they call you, Microsoft fanboy?
Well, they say I'm an Apple fanboy if I'm talking about Apple stuff. True. You can't win with this. All I do is I think about the consumer, and what does the consumer need? They need choices. They need options. My job is to present those. I think this is a great option for someone that loves Windows, that needs to get some Office work done, and also wants to have both worlds of a tablet and a laptop.
Also out this week, a quick new way to send cash. Yeah. And right now it's free, too.
And right now it's free, and we always want our cash. I think you owe me $10, by the way, now that I think about it.
Send me a bill.
So, see? Yeah. Square Cash is what it's called. And all you need is an email address and a debit card. You have to have a debit card. You can only do this in the U.S. I sent my staff member $10. I sent one of my employees $10 because that's all I was willing to give them. But it worked. And I don't have to download anything. I don't have to sign up for any accounts. And there are no fees, as you mentioned right now. And this is by the company that Jack Dorsey founded, the founder of Twitter. Also created Square, so this is Square Cash to send money to family and friends.
How are they making money off this?
Right, when they first launched it, it was 50 cents per transaction. Okay. Now they don't have that, so we'll see if they bring that fee back. I'm sure there'll be some transaction fee.
Where do you get the cash from? And do you have to attach your bank account to it?
Yes, you link your debit card to or your bank account to that transaction. Yeah. The only thing that people are going to be worried about, obviously, is security.
Exactly.
So they make sure that they can check that the email is being sent from the authentic user. It's still, you have to do your research and do your homework. But other companies have been doing this as well, too.
Mario Armstrong, I always learn something when we have you on.
Like you owe me $10.
And on that note, it's time for commercial.